All right, so it looks like Ben Shapiro is having a beef yet again with other people on the right. And this doesn't happen very often, but I'm going to be agreeing with Ben Shapiro here because he's proving that he has reasonable standards. And we're going to be looking at this. He's basically gone into a brawl with Alex Jones and other people like Mark Dyson, Paul Joseph Watson, and Candace Owens. So here's what happened. So I'm going to be breaking this down. So Alex Jones sent out a tweet saying, "Tune in to today's broadcast for an InfoWars exclusive featuring at Kanye West and at Real Candace." So Ben Shapiro responding to that saying, "No, at Kanye West, no." And Candace Owens responds to that saying, 1, I am not on InfoWars today. 2, disrespecting any platform watched by millions is silly. 3, please stop telling me and or Kanye no, can't, or shouldn't. Advice appreciated, command shut down. Now, Ben Shapiro then responds to that saying, 1, I'm glad. 2, that's absurd. There are tons of crappy outlets with big numbers who watch them. 3, it's not a command. It's an encouragement. Do what you like. It's a free country, but that would have been a bad move. And then Alex Jones responds saying, hashtag thought police, down arrow, down arrow, down arrow, down arrow. And then Ben Shapiro responds to that saying, nope, he can go on with you. He's just to be, I guess, I think you mean he'd just be supremely foolish to do so because you are a kook. And then we go with another one where Ben says, appreciate the poll. Alternatively, at real Alex Jones is a kook who sullies the conservative movement on a regular basis. That was in response to a Paul Joseph Watson tweet saying, Ben Shapiro is incredibly smart, but his incessant boundary policing of the conservative movement can be very annoying at times. And he had a poll there. Currently, right now, it says 40% of people agree, 37% saying they just want to see the results. Then Alex Jones sends out saying Ben Shapiro crawls out from under his hashtag thought police rock to tell at Real Candace Owens and at Kanye West they shouldn't come on my show. Shocking authoritarianism. Maybe they should make Ben the head of the Democratic Party. Okay, so claims of authoritarianism. Now, Ben Shapiro says, dude, they shouldn't come on your show because you are awful. Have I been unclear about this in any way? Then Ben Shapiro also says, in response again to Paul Joseph Watson's tweet saying, boundary policing used to be called having some standards. And basically, what we end up having, he also sent out a tweet saying the feeling when Alex Jones starts tweeting at you, and it's a picture of crazy Alex Jones, of course. And we have another tweet from Ben Shapiro pointing out a bunch of crazy things about Alex Jones. One example being Alex Jones apologizes for promoting Pizzagate hoax. Sandy Hook parents sue Alex Jones for defamation. Quote, 9/11 was an inside job. That means criminal elements in our own government working with Saudi Arabia and others wanted to frame Iraq for it. Just a fact. I have government documents where they say they're going to encourage homosexuality with chemicals so people don't have children. And so he's basically embroiled in this kind of beef. And Alex Jones responded to that last tweet saying, oh, look at Ben Shapiro's now tweeting out fake news clippings from hashtag MSM to defend his call for me to be banned from the internet. You truly are following in the steps of at Glenn Beck. And then Ben Shapiro responding to that saying, on the contrary, I want you to remain on the internet so we can all see your crazy firsthand. And then Alex Jones also sent out a tweet saying, I'll debate Ben Shapiro anytime, anywhere. And Mark Dice also jumped into this. So basically, here's what's going on. Ben Shapiro's been in kind of a fight with a lot of the alt-right and further right elements of, the alt-right and things like that. And again, like I said earlier, this is one of the very few times you're going to hear me agreeing with Ben Shapiro. I commend Ben Shapiro for this, in fact. I think that him showing that he has standards, more standards than people like Dave Rubin, by the way, because Dave Rubin went on InfoWars. But going on InfoWars is a ridiculous thing to do for anybody because Alex Jones is a completely ridiculous person who said crazy things, by the way, and Ben Shapiro pointing out a bunch of that. You know, I think the worst one and probably the most powerful one is the fact that he claimed that Sandy Hook victims were crisis actors, essentially meaning they faked it because Obama wanted a false flag to then be able to promote gun control, which Ben Shapiro is viscerally opposed to, massively opposed to, aside from very basic background checks. And so I want to honestly, I want to take this time to commend Ben Shapiro, because this is something that I think is important for people to have general standards. I don't think that Alex Jones should be treated seriously in any way, shape, or form. That's why in any video I do about Alex Jones, I'm not taking his claim seriously, because he's just doing it for, you know, the fame and the notoriety and the money, etc., etc. And you know, even though it seems like Ben Shapiro is sort of getting walloped by these other people like Candace Owens and stuff, it looks like Alex Jones is kind of taking the L in this, but it looks like Candace had a stronger tweet than he did. But even though he's getting attacked like that, I want to say I'm here in defense of Ben Shapiro, which, like I said many times, you won't see happen often. But fuck Alex Jones, they are just completely unethical pieces of garbage, and you should not trust them at all whatsoever. And anybody who associates with them is utterly ridiculous, and should be called far right wing, because they're just ridiculous and just on a platform that spews crazy shit on a daily basis.